Here's a short film to show you how to turn 2D profiles into 3D solid objects. On the whole, if you're producing something in 3D, you're probably best off drawing as much as you can directly in 3D. But sometimes there's complications in doing that, and it's easier to lay the thing out in 2D, and a lot of people are more happy starting with 2D as well. So let's go through our various ways of achieving this. So we've got some 2D profiles here. So if we select this one, if I right click and I go to properties and select 3D, you see it says thickness 0, all this is greyed out, solid and CC surface is greyed out, as is categories, because we can't give, this is for giving things materials, we can't give a 2D profile of material. There are ways around it, but for this stage, for the purposes of this film, we can't do it. So in thickness here I can simply type in something, say 60 millimeters. You notice when I type that in, then this becomes live and it tells me it's a 3D solid. And now 3D, and now I could make it, you know, I could impose any of these materials on it. I could make it a metal, and I could say which one, zinc, I could do that sort of thing. And that gives you a little profile of what it's going to look like, or what the colour is going to look like anyway. And you can say okay. So there it is. A zinc block. Now the other way would be to use this tool up here, which is called a simple extrude. If I choose simple extrude, come over to it, click onto it, drag it up, and again I can I can do this by eye, or again down here where it says height, I can type a height in. Also there's this little icon here, two-sided extrude. It means that however high above the work plane I'm extruding it, it will also go below the work plane for the same amount, but we won't bother with that for now. So I'll just left click, and now it's got some height. Now there's another variation on the simple extrude, which is this icon here. This is use compound profile. If this is highlighted like it is there, what it will do is it will presume that closed shapes within an outside shape are holes when it's extruded and not solid objects. Now if this is not turned on, if this is not highlighted, if it's like that, not highlighted, if I extrude these three shapes, this rectangle, this circle, and this prism shape, if I extrude all these three, we will have three solid shapes. We'll have two solid shapes within an outer solid shape. If I click that on, it will presume these shapes within the outside shape are holes, not solid objects. So I've got it on, put my finger on shift, click onto there, there, and there, take my finger off shift, that's extruded them, and these two things here are holes, they're not solid objects. Okay. If the object over goes over the sides, then it won't do that. You'll just click onto here, click onto there, pull the thing up, and then we've got a 3D solid. Now, as I said, sometimes shapes are a little difficult to draw directly in 3D by adding and subtracting things. So perhaps a shape like this is easiest drawn first of all in 2D, and then you can use a simple extrude, bring it up into 3D. Now that's a 3D object now, and just like any other 3D object, you can drill into it. I can make that my work plane, right click, take a line from here, which is V for vertex, V for vertex here, cylinder, M for midpoint here, draw my cylinder, take it all the way through, go up to modify objects, 3D booleans, subtract, first bit, second bit. So that's, we can start to build up. So you can see that you don't have to choose one or another. You can start with one way, start with a 2D, turn it into 3D, chop it up and down like 3D if you like, or work directly in 3D. Whatever really suits you the best and whatever is appropriate, the most appropriate for that drawing. and that's all there is to it.